Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the Ask Jeff Show. We are up to episode number 49. So this week we have 3 brand new questions for you guys. One is kind of a follow-up from last week. We were talking about ManyChat, and I got a follow-up question on what's the best way to build your ManyChat list or messenger list. So the best way to build your ManyChat list, all you have to do is figure out as many different ways to get somebody to send you a message. So one of the ways is on your actual website, you could have an exit pop that says, "Still have questions?" And then it could just be like, "Send us a message," and it'd be a button with your messenger, URL in that button. And when they send you the message and ask a question, then they're automatically on your list. So that's one way. Another way is when you do your content videos or all your videos, just add the send message button. Kind of the same thing. So under all the videos that you do, you can always add a send message button, and then all they have to do is hit the button to send you a message. In the video, you can say, if you have any questions about any of this stuff, just click the button below and send me a message. I'll be more than happy to answer that for you. When they hit that and send you the message, then they're on your list. So that's 2 ways. And the next one is setting up your video with a keyword. So in the video, like I've done one in the past where I was talking about the food list that I give my clients, and I wanted to see if you guys wanted a copy of the food list. And if you did, just put food list in the comment section below. When they put the keyword in the comment section, it triggers ManyChat to send them a message. And then if they click on it to get that asset, that PDF or link to a video or link to a squeeze page or whatever it is, once they click on that in the messenger, then they'll be on your list. So you can do a video with a keyword. You could be like, if you were doing 7 at-home workouts, you could do a video with 1 at-home workout and say, hey, if you like the other 6, just put 7AH, in the comment section. I'll send you over the 7 at-home workouts. They put 7AH in the comment section. ManyChat sends them a message saying, click here to get your 7 at-home workouts. They click there. That counts as them sending you or replying, and they'll be on your messenger list that way. So these are the 3 main things that I would do. If you get a good strategy around that, you're going to build your messenger list pretty quick. As a bonus one, you can always put in your emails, you can put a PS. If you have any questions, you can hit me up on Facebook Messenger and they can click there. There's a bunch of other ways, but these are probably the 3 most effective and the easiest. It's easy to put the exit pop on your website. It's easy to add that send message button to all of the videos that you do. And then any kind of opt-in that you do for email lists, you can turn it into a video with a keyword, giveaway, and get them to opt in to your messenger list that way. With this strategy, some people would be like, with the 7 at-home workout example, they would be like, put the 7AH in the comment section below, and we'll send it over to you. And then they have, instead of actually sending the PDF through ManyChat, to actually send a link to send to a squeeze page. I don't necessarily like that because it's like their first, transaction with you, and you're saying, put 7AH in the comment section. They already took action, and I'll send it to you. And then you send them the messenger list that says, click here, and then they go to the landing page and they have to put their email address in. It's just asking way too much right off the bat. So I would go ahead and give them the PDF right through ManyChat because they're already on your ManyChat list. Then the next day, you could say, hey, just want to check in with you, see how you like the 7 at-home workouts. If you have any questions about that. In the meantime, I thought you would like my 42 fat-burning recipes. Click here to get them. Then they could click there in that message and go to a landing page, opt in for the 42 fat-burning recipes, and you can get them on your email list that way. To me, I just feel like it's a better customer experience, it's a better relationship, a better way to start off the relationship than trying to force them on your ManyChat list and email list right off the bat. That can be a little greedy. It can cost you, some relationship status and turn people off right off the bat. So I would go the other direction and give them the asset right through ManyChat, and then follow up with another one. Because if you already have like 3 or 4 different giveaways or opt-ins, once they're on your list, you can use the other ones to get them on your email list. So you definitely want to try to get them from ManyChat to email, from email to ManyChat. That way they're on both channels. But follow those 3 strategies. You're gonna grow your ManyChat list really, really fast. Just be careful with that list once you grow it, not to burn it out and not to abuse it. Right now, you can still get over 90% open rates, but you need to focus on sending them really good content, keeping the engagement up. Don't send so many offers through the messenger. You're not even allowed to send a broadcast with an offer or taking them off Facebook unless they've messaged you within 24 hours, unless it's done through the autoresponder. So keep your offers to a minimum and keep them through the autoresponders, or send them to a video on Facebook through the messenger, and then in the video have an offer to take them off, take them off of Facebook. The second question is, this person is switching from one-on-one personal training and they're transitioning into more group training, and they just want to know what's the proper way to price it or how much they should charge. So how to charge for group training. So I would go and do some research in your area and see what other places are charging, whether it's CrossFit or I think it's F45, Orange Theory. It's going to be somewhere probably between $100 on the low end. Maybe Club Pilates might be on the high end, $247 to $297 on the high end. You don't necessarily need to be the highest, but you need to be maybe right under the highest. So if Club Pilates, or if there's some really high end, maybe small group training or something like that, 297 or 347, then I come in at $247. You never want to be on the low end ever, and you never want to be competing on price. And the other thing to consider when thinking about how much to charge is how much that you believe it's worth. Because if you try to charge more, and in your mind you're like, nobody's going to pay that, it's going to come across in your sales presentation. People are going to be able to feel that, and they're not going to pay it. They're not going to believe it either if you don't believe it. It's going to come across. If you come across that 247 is a steal, then you're going to be able to sell that all day long. It's going to be easy. So if you can't sell at 247 because you just don't believe that it's worth that, you're better off going down to 197 or even 147. Now, when it comes to structure, you want to make sure that you don't give them too many options. When you sit across a table from somebody and you're about ready to give them their options if they want to continue, and you're like, well, you can come in twice a week for this month, 3 times a week for this month, unlimited for this month, twice a week for 6 months is this month, twice a week for a year is this month, 3 times a week for 6 months is this much, 3 months for a year is this much, unlimited for 6 months is this much, and unlimited for a year is this much. They're going to throw their hands up and just walk out I have no idea what I need to do, what I should be doing. I personally like 2 choices with 1 obvious choice. So what we personally do is $247, for month to month. And that's unlimited sessions. Or they can do $197, which is saving them $50 a month or $600 on the year, and that's for 12 consecutive months. And they can always, back out of this one. So if they are 3 or 4 months into their program and they decide they can't, finish for whatever reason, then we allow them to switch it to a month-to-month program. But when they switch to a month-to-month program, they have to backdate it to when they started and pay the difference of $50 per month in order to cancel, or they can finish out the 12 months. So if they're on month 9, it's going to be more affordable for them to pay out the rest of the 12 months and then be done with it. So that way, if they're like, well, I just want to do a month or 2 and then decide if I want to do the 12 months, if they did this one, they would pay $247 for month 1, $247 for month 2, and then if they wanted to switch, they would end up overpaying $100 that you're not just going to give it back to them. They would have to start 12 months from month 3 at the $197. On the flip side, if they did $197 for 2 months and then decided they wanted to cancel, then they'd only have to pay $100, which would make it equal to $247, for month 1, $247 for month 2. So they never pay more than the month-to-month rate. So the obvious choice, everybody, 9 out of 10 people, unless they just know that they're only going to be here for a month, they don't want to deal with it, anymore, and they tell you up front, I'm only here for a month and then I'm going back home or I'm moving or something like that. The obvious choice is the 12 consecutive months at the $197. This is what we've tested 6 months, we've tested even 18 months. So personally, this is what's worked the best for us. So as you're transitioning, take some of this stuff, into account when you're pricing and structuring, your group training program. And then our third and final question, this person wants to know, is there a benefit to having a women's only gym? And Personally, I've never owned a women's only gym, but I've worked with lots of clients that have. I've worked with lots of women clients. I've asked their opinions and stuff like that. And this is what I've come to, and this is my opinion. And first of all, when you're switching to this women's only, you're already, let me put this up here real quick. So women's only. When you decide to go women's only, you're already cutting the population in half. So you only have half the people, that are an ideal client that you can market to. So you're already working with a smaller subsect, of, your audience. And then you narrow that down to women 25 to 55, who's your ideal age range or whatever. Now it's down to an even smaller percentage. And then when you ask women, like, is it worth it to you to go to a women's only gym? Maybe 1% are going to be like, yeah, I'd only go to a women's only gym, or man, I love going to a women's only gym. It's so much better atmosphere. It's so much better. That's what I'm looking for is women's only. I would say only 1% is actually looking for that. And a lot of them are doing it because it's like religious reasons, or their husband, doesn't want them to go to a gym where there's guys training there or whatever. And that's the only reason, but it's only 1%. So now you're dealing with 1% of half the population of women between 25 to 55. You might get other people that, don't mind either way just because they like your workout, like your gym, and they don't care if guys are there or not. So that won't hurt you as much. But as far as like people looking at that, like that's one of the main reasons they're going to go to your gym, it's probably not going to happen. So they're really, in my opinion, it's just not worth it. It's not a big benefit. Now, when it comes to marketing your business, that's a different story. Because even though we have women and men in our program, it is still 90% women. And women convert better online with Facebook, buying stuff online. They convert better with group, training, stuff like that. So your marketing, and especially in the beginning, should be to women only. That doesn't mean that you're going to turn men away, but in the language you're using, in the targeting for your demographic, you're going to market to women. And then a lot of times what I've found, and especially in my own gyms, is that the women bring in the men, their boyfriends, their coworkers, their brother, uncles, whoever. Their friends and family see the results they're getting, ask what they're doing, and they're like, oh yeah, there's men that come in. And they bring in the men. And once you've maximized your marketing to women, you have that dialed in, you want to do a specific program for men, that's fine too. But I wouldn't do one just for men when you're still trying to build your business and you haven't filled it up with women, because on Facebook, with Facebook ads and stuff like that, the marketing is going to convert better if you're marketing to women, especially when you're using their language. You're not saying like, let's get shredded, let's get lean and, and fit, or lean and tone kind of thing, and you're using the same language that they would use. So when it comes to marketing, yes, market directly to women. When it comes to building your entire gym, don't make it just women's only unless that's just what you're passionate about and that's what you believe in and that's something that you would want to do. If that's the case, then go for it, because that's what you're passionate about. But if you could go either way, then open it up to men. You're going to double your chances of getting somebody in your gym. And that's it for this week. If you have any questions, leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'll talk to you soon.